Welcome to another round of Sports Views. Tonight, I'm reviewing Toronto FC 4, York United FC 0. Toronto FC wins! They go on to the semifinals of the 2021 Canadian Championship to face the winner of Pacific vs. Calgary tonight. Or the winner of tonight's game. They're not playing again tonight. I think the way they're playing, they should be, because that was amazing tonight. By the way, tonight, of course, was the Canadian Championship quarterfinal. Toronto FC does not fall to York United FC. I told you they were building momentum at the right time, and there you go. What a game. What a game for Toronto FC. The best game I've seen them play all year. This is what I expect out of TFC when I talk about fight, when I talk about grit, when we talk about the old, good TFC. 2014-15 to last year. This is what we expect out of them. This was domination. 34th minute, Jonathan Osorio scores the goal. Ball crossed in by Jacob Schaffelberg. Osorio with a free header. Nobody's on him. He heads it past Nathan Ingham to make it 1-0 TFC. 42nd minute, Ifun Inyachi Achara. Ball centered in by Jacob Schaffelberg. Once again, Achara slides in, taps it in, puts it in, and it's 2-0 Toronto FC. That's the way it would go into halftime. 84th minute, Jaquil Marshall-Ruddy is taken down in the box. It's a definite penalty. Jefferson Soteldo steps up to take it, takes an amazing penalty. Ingham guesses the other way. Soteldo goes to the left, scores 3-0 TFC, and then in the 90th minute, ball over the top for Noble Okello. He makes a run, an amazing run. He's onside. Michael Bradley with the amazing pass. Noble Okello, nothing you could do. He puts it past. That's a goal. 4-0 TFC. What a win. What a dominant night for Toronto FC. Ain't stopping them tonight. That's what you like to see. Stats are as follows. 19 shots to 6. 11 shots on target to 1. 53% in possession to 47% in possession, 421 passes to 380 passes, 82% pass accuracy to 78% pass accuracy, 9 fouls to 9, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 reds to 0, 1 offside to 1, 13 corners to 4. Toronto had York's number tonight. It was done and dusted after the second half. Toronto was dominant all night long. Yeah, York had their time of resistance. But resistance is futile, buddy. Toronto FC, dominant. Dominant. On a rainy night at BMO Field. Excessively rainy. They dominate. Wet field, don't matter. Rainy, don't matter. Elements, don't matter. They're going to win. And how dominant was that? What a night for TFC. I cannot believe. Honestly, deep down, I can't believe that's how it went. I thought it'd be a little bit harder. It was a little bit worrisome early on, but TFC, fight. What a fight. What a game for Toronto FC. Tough. Unstoppable. Unbreakable. Defensively, perfect. I know it's York, but let's be honest, that was perfectly defensive. But perfect defensively. But with that said, I know we got to make a lot of changes defensively. But this game shows you TFC still has it in their blood to be good. They still have talent. They're not that bad. And I told you, they haven't given up yet, and they woke up a little bit right before this game. But I told you they'd kick on when it came to the Canadian Championship. They want that CONCACAF spot. I think we're getting it. I think we're going to win the Canadian Championship. I think we'll beat Pacific, whether it's home or away. We'll beat Calgary, definitely home or away. And then Montreal, they struggled against Halifax. If you asked somebody from these results today, who was higher on the Eastern Conference table between Montreal and Toronto, you would say Toronto. Halifax is not as good as they were last year. York is better. They're right in the playoff hunt. Toronto made them look like lunch meat. Halifax had a chance against Montreal, except for the last 6 minutes. But Halifax held them for a pretty damn long time. If you knew the story of the match, you'd be like, Toronto's the better team, even by the scoreline. I know that's not true, but But with that said, I would say, when it comes down to it, Toronto FC showed what they are. I don't think the rebuild won't take that long. They were playing so well tonight. Schaffelberg, amazing. Achara, amazing. Soteldo, he showed something different. He showed his quality tonight. And it was probably easier. Defensively, they still need to make changes. Larea, of course, always amazing. Osorio, you can't stop him in cup competitions. Jaquil Marshall-Ruddy should get more of a run out than he did. More than he does, because that was amazing. Jaquil looked great tonight. With that said, Okello with the goal, amazing. TFC still have pieces. TFC still has quality. They're not completely trash. If they were completely trash, they would have lost. They still showed their power tonight. They had York at their house. I don't think even York would even look better at York Lions Stadium. Had we played them in York, York would have still got their butts whipped, frankly. For me, I think Toronto wanted this game. They are on fire right now. This is their best form of the year. And I'm not saying anything out of that, but let's just say, mathematically, they're not out yet in the MLS. They win every game and the results fall their way, they can make a crazy run. I'm not saying that's happening. I'm not saying it's happening. I'm just saying that's still on the cards. It still can happen, but they have to win every game left. And to win the Canadian Championship, of course, they have to win those 2 games. So they have to go 11-0. No. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11-0. For that being said, Toronto FC still has fight. And I think they're not going to give up. I think they want to finish the season on a high. Meaning win the Canadian Championship and at least win over 5 games. And not finish dead freaking last. With that said, I think they could do it. The way they played tonight and the way they played against Nashville and the way they played against Miami, I think that shows me they still have fight. They still have hope. Not hope, but care. They don't want to finish off horribly. They don't want to finish the season looking like losers. They don't. They want to have some sort of head held high momentum, you know? And I think they're going to make the changes in the offseason anyway. Unless we totally make that undefeated run and somehow make the playoffs and go deep in them. If you're that hot, you're probably going to make a playoff run. With that said, that may not be good. But them finishing on a high, I think they know they have to make changes. I think Ollie Curtis knows if he wants to keep his job, he's going to have to make some changes. Whether it may work, I don't know. But if he keeps his job, he's going to have to make changes. He knows he's in a pickle. The players are trying to fight. Perez, he's got the tactics. I'm happy with Toronto. This is what you want to see. Dominant. York had no answer. And I know I'm talking about more than the Canadian Championship. It is what it is. But for me, this game was over by halftime. Toronto dominated. That's all you could say. They dominated. They did not stop. York were done and dusted by halftime. It was over. Toronto was through by halftime. The way they were playing. They were through by halftime. So with that said, I think that the way Toronto fought was encouraging. And it has been. I think they win the Canadian Championship. I do think that for sure. No matter what happens in MLS, they do win the Canadian Championship and get back in CONCACAF. I do think it happens, the way they play. They're going to keep this going. I think they beat Pacific. And when it comes to Montreal, Cup Final, they struggle with Halifax. I think Toronto pulls out all the stops for that game. And I think they also pull out all the stops for the 401 Derby game in Toronto in the MLS. But I think Toronto wins the Canadian Championship. I'm going to call it right now. I think they will. They'll be the team left standing, and I'm happy with it. May not have been the best when it came to MLS this year. That may have been a failure, but they haven't given up, and that's a good thing. And you could tell that they still have quality. You could tell they still have fight. Tonight was a night to forget for York fans. Tonight was a night to remember for Toronto fans. So with that said, I'm happy with how TFC played. I really am. I really am. TFC, man of the match, Jacob Schaffelberg. No question whatsoever. Jacob Schaffelberg is the man of the match. No question. He is the man of the match. Zero question. Zero talk back. Jacob Schaffelberg, 2 assists. Playing on fire. He's starting to get it together. He's starting to become a phenom. Not a phenom, but a very great player. And he's definitely one of the pieces in the rebuild that's going to stay. Him and Achara, Pozuelo, Soteldo. I think Soteldo, it could go either way. Javinko's coming back. Defensively, there'll be some defenders. Westberg. Maybe it's Bono. I don't know, but he got a clean sheet. But Bono got a clean sheet. Schaffelberg, well, I mean, at least there's the ending of the name. He's the man of the match for me. York, they came up flat. They did not fight. They didn't really look good. They had resistance for 30 minutes, but other than that, it wasn't meant to be. Toronto was the better team. They were the dominant team. Toronto deserved to win. They had fight. They looked so much better. Everything they did was right tonight. It was perfect. It was honestly one of the most happiest I've been with Toronto tonight. Is the most happiest I've ever been with them this year. This was amazing. And they're on to the semifinals. Schaffelberg, man of the match. TFC, amazing night. And we keep on going. Next up, that could be the final. Calvary or Pacific? I was thinking about Forge Calvary. I don't know why. But next week, Tuesday, Calvary or Pacific, probably away. We'll see what happens there. With that said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Check out my Patreon, $5, $10, or $20 a month. Anything's appreciated. Help support the channel. Be awesome if you do. Also support by liking, sharing, commenting, sharing this with your friends, putting this in playlists, super chats, all the like. Tomorrow, I have a live watch-along of Santa Lucia versus Deportivo Saprissa and RSR for Universitario versus Motagua in the CONCACAF League. 2 videos for 2 games, like it normally should be. But there you go. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later. Let's go, TFC. Let's win the Voyagers Cup. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's go.